Egypt dispatching its 67th aid convoy under the Zayed Provision of Honor from Egypt to Gaza initiative from Rafah to Gaza via the Kerem Abu Saidem border crossing. The convoy carried around 9,000 tons of urgent humanitarian aid to Gaza. The shipment includes 5,600 tons of food and flour, over 2,100 tons of medical and relief supplies, as well as more than 1,000 tons of fuel. Since July 27th, the ongoing convoys have delivered over 500,000 tons of aid, coordinated by 35,000 volunteers through Egypt's National Relief Mechanism at the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing. Israeli occupation warplanes carried out a series of intense airstrikes on southern Lebanon, targeting the area between the towns of Al-Tura and Al-Absiyah, as well as several towns in the Sur district. Reports indicated that the strikes specifically targeted the area between Tura and Al-Absiyah in the southern Lebanon. Lebanese media also reported heavy flight activity of Israeli aircrafts over southern Lebanon. Lebanese Parliament Speaker Nabih Berri said that Lebanon is neither heading towards war nor direct talks with Israel, reaffirming full commitment to the ceasefire agreement. Berri warned that continued Israeli attacks on southern Lebanon have turned the area into an open battlefield, threatening fragile regional stability. He reiterated that Beirut remains bound by the ceasefire, urging Israel to end its repeated violations. Tensions have been rising for weeks as Israeli airstrikes intensify despite the truce that took effect last year, under which Israel was meant to withdraw from southern Lebanese villages. Lebanon's Hezbollah said that both Lebanon and the group remain strictly committed to the ceasefire with Israel, accusing the Israeli military of repeated violations. In a statement, Hezbollah said Israel continued its hostile actions despite international appeals to halt aggression. The group accused Tel Aviv of using threats and conditions of pressure to Lebanon and rejected calls to limit its weapons under foreign influence. It stressed that the current priority is ending Israeli violations, not entering political negotiations, warning that any talks with Israel would serve only its interests. Over to Sudan, Sovereign Council Chairman Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has vowed that the army will not relent in crushing the rebellion and securing the state. He pledged to avenge those killed in Al-Fashir, Grenada and Al Jazeera, saying the current fight is the people's struggle and that the military will press on with strength, resolve and determination to achieve victory. The International Organization for Migration has announced that over 81,000 people have fled Al-Fashir and surrounding villages in North Darfur since October 26th. Rights groups report tens of thousands of civilian deaths across Sudan and warns that over 14 million children urgently need humanitarian aid to survive. The IOM described Sudan as the world's largest humanitarian crisis, accusing the rapid support forces of brutal attacks and killings against civilians. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced that its forces are advancing in the Ukrainian city of Pokrovsk and are engaged in intense battles in an effort to drive Ukrainian troops out of the area. Russia stated that capturing Pokrovsk, which Russian media described as the gateway to Donetsk, would give its forces the ability to push north towards the two largest remaining areas under Ukrainian control in Donetsk, Kramatorsk and Sloviansk.